Ladies and gentlemen, Scottie Pippen.
What if sacrificing your personal glory was the very thing that erased you from the spotlight? Sacrificing your legacy for the sake of a dynasty, only to watch the league and media barely acknowledge your brilliance. That was Scottie Pippen, a player whose greatness was often overshadowed by the towering presence of Michael Jordan. While Jordan received the MVPs, the spotlight, and the worldwide fame, Pippen quietly became one of the most versatile, feared, and complete players in NBA history. Pippen didn't just play basketball, he played it on another level. He could guard 5 positions, initiate offense, and dominate the glass. Yet he willingly gave up individual stardom to become the perfect sidekick. And the NBA? The league took advantage. Teams undervalued him, the media underappreciated him, and history almost forgot just how revolutionary his game truly was. This isn't a story about the man in the spotlight. This is about the man who carried a championship team, reshaped the forward position, and showed the world that headlines don't always measure greatness. This is the story of Scottie Pippen. From small town to NBA prospect, Scottie Morris Pippen was born on September 25, 1965, in Hamburg, Arkansas, a small town where dreams of professional sports felt distant. Pippen's upbringing wasn't glamorous. He came from a working-class family, and early on, he had to develop grit, resilience, and a work ethic that would define his career. Pippen wasn't an immediate star. He attended the University of Central Arkansas, a small school where he quietly honed his skills. He wasn't the most heralded recruit. In fact, many scouts overlooked him. But Pippen had 2 qualities that would make him indispensable: versatility and intelligence. He could play multiple positions, handle the ball, and defend anyone on the floor. That combination would later make him a nightmare matchup in the NBA. By the time the 1987 NBA draft came around, the Chicago Bulls saw what others had missed. Selecting Pippen 5th overall wasn't just a pick. It was the foundation for a dynasty in the making. The sidekick role Pippen entered the Bulls as a young, lanky forward, averaging 7.9 points and 4.3 rebounds in his rookie season. But it wasn't just the stats that mattered. It was his unselfishness. Pippen didn't demand the spotlight. He didn't complain when the media fixated on Jordan. He understood the bigger picture. The team's success came before individual recognition. This selflessness, however, came at a cost. While Michael Jordan's dunks and game-winning shots dominated headlines, Pippen's defensive genius, playmaking, and all-around efficiency were often ignored. Yet, Pippen accepted it. He embraced the role of the unsung hero, proving that team success trumps personal glory. By the early 1990s, Pippen had developed into one of the league's most versatile stars. He could defend multiple positions, create offense, and finish plays in transition. Analysts began to notice his impact, but mainstream media still largely focused on Jordan. The silent MVP lets talk numbers. By the time the Bulls won their first three-peat in 1991 to 1993, Pippen was averaging over 20 points per game, with 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and nearly 2 steals per game. He was not just a contributor, he was the engine behind the team's defense and transition offense. In the playoffs, Pippen's impact magnified. He guarded the opposing team's best players night after night, often neutralizing future Hall of Famers, while Jordan's scoring took the headlines. His ability to play both ends of the floor at an elite level is rare in NBA history. In today's terms, Pippen was the prototype of the modern two-way forward, long before that became a league-wide obsession. And yet, for all this brilliance, he wasn't celebrated as much as he deserved. The NBA's narrative was Jordan. Pippen, the sidekick, the second banana. The unappreciated workhorse? A player ahead of his time. Here's the thing. Pippen's game was ahead of its era. Today, teams chase players who can defend multiple positions, handle the ball, and create offense from anywhere. That's exactly what Pippen did in the 1990s. He could switch onto guards, protect the rim, initiate fast breaks, and orchestrate the offense. Pippen's skill set was so unique that analysts often called him a point forward before the term became mainstream. He wasn't just a forward, he was a playmaker, a defender, a rebounder, and a scorer. And he did it all while being largely uncelebrated outside Chicago. This ability to do everything without needing the spotlight is why some insiders consider Pippen one of the most complete players in NBA history. He didn't just support greatness, he created it. Despite his brilliance, the NBA didn't fully recognize Pippen's worth during his prime. In 1994, when Jordan retired temporarily, Pippen became the Bulls' leader. He averaged 22 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists per game, proving he could carry a team solo. But negotiations and contracts exposed the league's undervaluation of his contributions. Pippen often found himself in battles for fair compensation, overshadowed by the public's obsession with superstar narratives. He earned less than other stars of similar caliber because the league, the media, and even fans often measured greatness by flashes of scoring, not by holistic impact. It wasn't until he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2010 that Pippen's contributions received formal recognition, decades after he had redefined what it meant to be a team player and a complete basketball force. Beyond the stats, Pippen's greatness goes beyond numbers. It's in the moments, the clutch steals, the defensive stops, the unselfish passes that led to open threes. It's in the leadership, calm, calculated, and quiet, that allowed the Bulls to dominate for years. Consider the 1992 NBA Finals against Portland. While Jordan dazzled with scoring, Pippen's defense on Clyde Drexler and ability to push the pace were critical to the Bulls' sweep. Or in the 1996 season, when Pippen's defensive versatility helped the Bulls post a 72-10 record, setting the standard for team excellence in the modern era. Pippen's legacy isn't about one play or one highlight. It's about consistent, understated brilliance over more than a decade. Scottie Pippen's story is a lesson for every player, fan, and analyst. Greatness isn't always measured by the highlights you make, but by the impact you leave. He gave up stardom to build a dynasty, and the NBA took advantage, at least in the moment. But his legacy? Untouchable, complete, legendary. So, what do you think? Was Pippen truly undervalued, or was his greatness only appreciated in hindsight? Comment below with your thoughts. And if you want more deep dives into the untold truths of basketball legends, from unsung heroes to revolutionary players, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. Because the next story might just change how you see the game forever.